Guys, we were already not a fan of the Biden administration and what they did to this country for those last 4 years, and we're very grateful that Trump is now in office. But apparently there's been a book that has come out. Jesse Waters is going over it in this video I'm going to show you today, just exposing a lot of things that Biden and the administration and everything that happened with 2024 election and regarding Kamala and all bunch of stuff. It's crazy. Before we get into that, I want to remind you guys to subscribe to RTM News because it ensures YouTube that you're enjoying our videos, and in turn, they will continually show up in your feed and push it out to more people. I'm Titus. Let's get into this video.
What's left of Biden's legacy is buried in a pile of books written by his old pals in the media. Democrats are leaking all Biden's dirty secrets to reporters. He was even worse than we thought. A new book, Fight, Inside the Wildest Battle for the White House, says Biden hired a makeup artist to make him look younger. He'd get touch-ups before Zoom calls, foreign trips, and briefings. Was he wearing more makeup than Kamala? Like I'm one to talk. Biden also started...
Honestly, look at that dude. You can see the makeup all caked all over him. That foundation is strong, Jesse.
...to not recognize people. He met with Congressman Eric Swalwell and had no idea who he was. Swalwell had to drop little hints like, remember, I debated you on stage during the primary? Fang Fang's boyfriend, remember?
That's actually scary. Because people knew. Like, people working in politics, people that were close to him, and honestly, we could all tell even in 2020 as the general public, we knew that Biden was not there. And he's having instances where he has to be reminded of people that he's debated with and communicated with as the leader of our country. The man with the nuclear codes. That's terrifying. The fact that we still just brush past that, oh, well, now Trump's in office, we're so grateful about it. That was wrong. The man was not there. This isn't even a partisan issue. The man was not there. He was not right in his right mind. We just kind of, yeah, you know, happens. Oh, does it? It shouldn't. That's crazy.
But it never should have gotten this bad. One of Biden's friends told the author that Joe's choice to run again was the original sin. They blame Biden's family for not telling him to hang it up. The same book reveals that Kamala desperately begged Biden for his endorsement. After Joe called Kamala to tell her he was going to drop out, she said, quote, "You need to endorse me." Biden wanted to wait a couple days after his exit to announce his endorsement, but Kamala begged, quote, "This is important for your legacy to show that you have absolute faith in your VP."
Not Kamala begging. You need to endorse me. I promised you, man. Here's the thing. Had Biden planned on if he had intended on fully running for a second term, then like he wouldn't have to worry about having to endorse Kamala right off the bat. Not that she was going to run. I don't know if she was or wasn't. I guess he kind of would be an obligation, especially, well, no, because he would have already won. So he doesn't really have an obligation to try and get into any higher position. He has not been in the highest position for the 2 full terms. So there's no reason to try and worry about backlash from the public, I guess, as much, unless you really do care about your legacy in terms of like, actually, no, you have to. The Dems will hate you. But, yeah, in this case where you're going to drop out, not continue on for your second term, you have to endorse her. Unfortunately, you picked her only because of her being black, allegedly. Candace Owens would say otherwise. But yeah, that was probably the greatest decision he could have made for us and the worst decision he could have made for the Democratic Party because she was the worst candidate ever. And she was right about one thing. This is very important to his legacy. You had a failed VP, a failed administration, and failed an endorsement nominee for the Democratic Party in 2024. And we're grateful for it. Thanks, Joe.
Obama didn't think Kamala should be the candidate. He wanted an open primary. But Biden's early endorsement set the Democrat machine in motion. She was in. Obama was eventually forced to endorse her, but it was completely phony. Kamala's team wanted Obama to do it on video, but Michelle refused to go on camera, so they phoned it in instead. It was all scripted.
Kamala!
Hello. Hi.
Hey there!
Oh, hi, you're
Not the hey there, Michelle.
both together.
We called to say Michelle and I couldn't be prouder to endorse you and to do everything we can to get you through this election and into the Oval Office.
Oh my goodness. Michelle, Brock, this means so much to me.
We all
That's clearly fake. And I remember thinking that when it came out. One of two things. This just shows that it's literally all just a game to these people and they're all actors. The fact that you can sit there and literally construct this whole fake video phone call scenario. First of all, when someone's on the phone and you start recording them, you cannot hear the person on the other line, especially not that clearly. Was that supposed to be organic? Like, please tell me that actually was like, oh, we're just doing this to show face, just so like everyone can know that. Or was this genuinely an attempt at making it look like legit? Like, it would have made more sense for the Obamas to just make a video and then put it out or something. Or to like, hey, I want to tell you something. Let's get on a Zoom call and then be like, hey, by the way, or something to make it look more real. But a phone call where she's just walking around. Oh, you're both there. Oh, this is great. I have no idea what you're about to say. Oh, get out of here. Get out of here with that. That's fake, man. People are sick of this. That's why. I don't know how many times I gotta say this. That's why you lost. You're not authentic, and people can see through the BS.
Well, no, Kamala's not authentic. That's why her campaign crashed and burned. But Biden's press flack says we just didn't have enough time to fully appreciate Kamala's charm.
I mean, I don't know her super well or anything, but I've been around her. She is very engaging. She's obviously brilliant. She's funny.
Obviously.
She obviously has this great laugh. People didn't see all of that. Was it possible to see that in 100 days? I don't know.
Yes, it is. Yes, it most certainly is. You're given unlimited amounts of coverage for people to see you. As a matter of fact, more so than you accepted, aka the Joe Rogan podcast. She declined unless he was blown out to her. And it was an hour or 30 minutes. I don't even know. 100 days where you're being covered all the time. You have many opportunities. A myriad of opportunities to go on interviews, to podcasts, and talk to people about what you want to do and show them who you are, show them your personality, on top of the 4 years of you being the vice president and being in public office for years before that. The 100 days was more than enough. Plus all the other years you had. People just didn't like you. She got literally 0 votes in 2020 when she ran. 0. And they thought she could beat Trump. Embarrassing.
100 days? We had 4 years to get to know her. That's why she had to strong arm the nomination from Biden. She didn't earn it. The media doubts Kamala can even get elected as governor of her own state.
I think voters are going to be looking for somebody from the outside. And I think that Harris, somebody who's the former vice president, former U.S. senator, former district attorney in San Francisco, how does she sell change? She's got to somehow run against Gavin Newsom's governorship. So I just don't see the path for her.
Kamala thought she could be the pantsuit messiah and could just swap joy in for hope and change.
One of the most dangerous things to me about both how Joe Biden and then Kamala Harris ran was they ran fully in defense of, not in reform of. It is the tolerance of government failure on the left that I actually can't abide. Like, if you are the people who believe government should do things, then make it do things, and when it doesn't, get mad and change it. But just moving on and making excuses and then saying like, well, what about them? It's not good enough. And the way you know it's not good enough is you're losing, and you're losing people. Democrats only want change when there's a Republican in charge. They're not passionate about anything except following orders.
The worst media training advice, I'm obsessed with this, people give is answer the question you want to answer. That is the freaking worst advice, especially for this moment in time. If you ask them or I ask them, hey, what do you think should be done about Elon Musk, right? And their answer is, we're going to build roads and bridges and defend the Affordable Care Act. People at home are like, what in the hell? Right? It's like almost disrespectful to them.
Voters responded to that disrespect on Election Day. Now Democrats have an empty bench. Maybe they should bring back Obama.
If you were allowed, for some reason, to run for a third term, is there a thought that the Democrats could try to run Barack Obama against you?
I'd love that.
For his third term?
Boy, I'd love that. That would be a good one. I'd like that.
I don't think we don't need this. We don't need a third term from either of them. And I love Trump, right? I want Trump to do a good job in his second term, but we're not going to sit there and change the Constitution or try and manipulate things to get a third term for anybody. That's just not, no, we don't need that. We don't need someone to be that power hungry. Do the good things you're going to do, please. And then endorse the person who's going to continue to do the great things that you did or were planning to do or were in the process of doing or whatever. And hopefully America gets on board with it. But yeah, absolutely not. And if all this stuff is true with, because there's this book coming out with exposing Biden, Harris, and all this stuff, that is insane. We really need to look deeper into the people that are running our country and look deeper into the people that we are voting in. And just the whole situation, the whole process, the whole system needs to be like audited by the people or something. It's crazy. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to comment down your thoughts below. I want to know what you guys are thinking, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.